supposed to be a deal place or something.
They're working on it.
Hearing day
That's what I
Just
hope.
for
That's
the,
what I hope.
and a couple of resignations.
I don't see Erin.
I should have brought my water.
Erin should be left.
Oh, there.
I know.
Yep, yep, there's a portion here.
Gotcha.
Always bring my water bottle.
Prepared.
That's the only public hearing that I saw.
That's no big deal.
Right.
Guess we'll see.
I got
Well
cough
hidden.
drops with those.
Okay.
Bar's on the way, I think. A can? Like a little devil.
John, I think they're all here wondering why the streets weren't salted sooner.
We did a pretty good job, didn't we? They're all clean.
Good old Mother Nature.
Even the grass. All right. It is 6 o'clock. It is Monday, February 2nd, 2026. Let's call the meeting to order and start off with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, next we have a roll call.
Hayward,
Yes.
Rickrell,
Yes.
Lyon, Colister,
Yes.
Coolman,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
All right, item 4 is, can I get an approval of tonight's agenda? Motion by Colister, seconded by Coleman. If there's no discussion, go ahead and take the roll.
Rickrell,
Yes.
Colister,
Yes.
Coolman,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Hayward.
Yes.
All right, next we have public participation. I know that some kids from Hillcrest wanted to get up and speak. Do you want to start things off?
Just a correction, they are not from Hillcrest. They
Oh.
are youth from Maquoketa, actually, who exhibit livestock, and they are here to make a little presentation about bring to Jackson County.
Okay, well,
James Jackson. Yep. I hear that. Just state your name and where you live, and we'll enter it into the record, please.
I'm Jackson Faust from Maquoketa, Iowa.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Jackson Faust, an 11th grader at Maquoketa High School and a 7-year 4-H member and a member of the Maquoketa FFA. I am actively involved in showing cattle and poultry on the local level, and through my years have thoroughly enjoyed showing at the Jackson County Fair. Over the years, I've been able to see the similarities in exhibiting livestock and playing sports, and no matter how you cut it, hard work, dedication, and perseverance will get you success, not only on the court and the field, but also in the show ring.
I'm Ty Johnson from Maquoketa, Iowa. Hi, I'm Ty Johnson, and I too actively participate in the 4-H and look forward to joining FFA when I get old enough. And just like for Jackson, some of my favorite summertime memories include my weeks spent at the Jackson County Fair. During my experiences at the fair, I have seen how poor the infrastructure and current facilities are on the Jackson County Fairgrounds. The barns are in dire need of repairs and maintenance and are simply not fit for spectators to safely enjoy watching a show. There's really no way to watch the sheep and pig shows with inclement weather and other to stand the blazing sun or be rained on. In the current show ring where they show goats the past summer, there is no way for individuals with mobility limitations to safely get up the stairs into the seats and overlook the show ring.
Hi, I'm Lane Johnson from Maquoketa, Iowa, a 2-year member of the 4-H and show locally across the state and nation. You are probably wondering why we are here and how showing at the Jackson County Fair has anything to do with Maquoketa. Well, there is a project we are fortunate enough to be working on called the Barn of Dreams. The project is working to raise funds to build a new building barn on the Jackson County Fairgrounds in the place of the dairy barn, sheep and goat barn, swine barn, and small animal barn. There will also be renovation done to the cattle barn and showering to make it a stalling barn only barn.
Camden Poole, Maquoketa. I'm Camden Poole, a 3-year member of 4-H and show at the local, state, and national levels as well. In this project, even though it will be built in Maquoketa, will be built on county property and benefit youth from all across Jackson County, including a bunch of us from the Maquoketa Community School District. The current infrastructure was built in the 50s and 60s, has seen its prime and its time. Just like with our schools, to have bigger and better meet the needs of participants and spectators.
Allie Poole from Maquoketa, Iowa, and I'm a 5-year member of 4-H. This project is working closely with the Jackson County Fair Association and has the approval of the Jackson County Board of Supervisors. The building offers many opportunities for our youth in Jackson County, and the revenue and potential is endless. This building will make a great addition to the Jackson County Fairgrounds and will provide educational and economic opportunities for years to come. We just wanted to make you aware of the opportunities that await as we fundraise and make this dream a reality.
Thank you guys for your time. I'm Ashley Johnson, and I am serving as the president of the Board of Dreams Committee. This committee formed in the end of July as a result of our oldest son, Ty, selling his calf at the Jackson County Fair 3 times, raising over $20,000 to start fundraising. We are moving forward, and like Allie said, we do have the support of the supervisors and the fair board to go ahead with this project. We are asking nothing of you guys at this time, just wanted to make you aware of the opportunities that are coming in time for potential grants, especially the CAT grant. We will probably need some sort of city support, whether that's financial or a letter of support, but we just wanted to make you aware of what is coming down the pipeline and that the livestock youth of Jackson County are thoroughly looking forward to this project being completed. Any questions?
Do you guys have a timeline on when you want to complete this?
Yeah. We'd love to have it built in 2027. It would be 60 years after the initial building show barn was built. Obviously, we're looking to raise $2 million or more, so that's going to hinder that. Realistically, probably break ground at the end of the 2027 fair to have that constructed in time for the 2028 fair.
Thank you.
Yep.
Are you guys currently doing any fundraising for it now?
We are just starting. We are sending the project out to bid right now, and just really haven't, we've done a few little things, but we really haven't hit it hard yet. We wanted that hard number from the bid, and obviously that will change with inflation and all new codes and everything that everybody applies. So that will probably change, but we plan to get started on that really soon.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for coming and talking to us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else who would like to address the city council? If not, we'll move on. We move to presentations. Item A is Erin Kahler with the chamber report.
Mayor, I don't see her in the audience or online, and I also didn't receive notice. I'll touch base there tomorrow.
All right, then we move on to Chris Schneider with the building inspector's report for fourth quarter 2025.
Mayor and Council, this is the fourth quarter report for 2025. I chose the pictures on the front just to highlight some of the renovated mobile homes that we have. The new mobile home, the owner of the new mobile home park has been working closely with the city to make some positive changes. So just wanted to share some of those pictures with the council. As far as the report, the purpose summary is still the same. Where you're going to see most of the differences in the operations. Just to highlight some things in the operations for fourth quarter 25. Again, is the comparison between 24 and 25's building permits. We had, in '24 fourth quarter, we had 40 building permits totaling $5,296.95. We had less permits, 32 permits in '25. However, we made more money at $6,149.50. There were a lot of garage home additions and the Briggs Elementary School addition all receiving their building permits. I continue to work with Axiom Consultants for the contractor condos in the Southern Industrial Park, as well as 7 potential new residences to be constructed this spring, some of them being ADA compliant. For rental license renewals, just an update, we only have 1 rental license renewal that has not been paid. I've learned from sending letters and calling a lot of the landlords that our iWork system just needed to update the contact information. So I've been working on that as well as scheduling rental inspections. The city staff has been working on the vacant building ordinance, so I haven't paid a lot of attention or focus on that other than finding a way that it could better fit our community to make some changes in that ordinance. As far as nuisance complaints in the fourth quarter, there were 39 nuisance complaints. Of those, 76.92% were owner-occupied compliance. The rest of those are have hired contractors that will be making corrections in the spring. There have been a few residents, property owners that have not communicated with me, and no changes have been made as far as nuisances. So there have been 6 municipal infractions that have been issued. As far as the objectives for fourth quarter, you'll see of the 7 of them, 4 are completed, 3 are in process, with the understanding that the ones that are in process are probably things that will always be in process as far as our Knoxbox program, constantly reaching out to new business owners and monitoring the ordinances, the city ordinances, to make sure that we keep up with the changes. The objectives for the first quarter of '26 to highlight is just to create an inspection, a rental inspection rotation. So I should be doing about 300 rental inspections a year. Means I have about 200 rental inspections to do yet before spring, and scheduling all of those. The code enforcement process primer really hasn't changed much, nor have the additions or the definitions. Are there any questions at all?
Are you able to keep up?
Pardon?
Are you able to keep up?
I'm doing my best.
Okay. Anybody have anything? Okay, thank you. Thank you. We move on to item C, which is the 2025 Rehab of the Year.
We're gonna name this award the Dan Holm Award
Yeah,
sometime.
we might as
you
well.
know.
Dan Holm Award.
I was just gonna say, it's great to see you again, Dan. I mean,
Good to see all you
I
guys
was looking
too.
forward to seeing you this summer in the Jeep, but I guess this will have to do.
Well, that's good to hear. Thank you, Kevin. And you can name it after me as long as I don't have to pay for it.
There's always a catch, isn't
I'm
there?
retired. Okay, good evening, Mayor Meserly, members of City Council, city management, and staff. My name is Dan Holm. I live in First Ward. I've lived in the First Ward since 2016. One of the things my wife and I like to do these days is to drive around town looking at both public and private renovation projects and construction projects going on and watching them develop to completion. And we're always curious to see the finished product. It's a fun little retirement activity for Deborah and I, and it helps to keep us familiar with the changes happening in the city. Today I'd like to talk about private home renovations or residential renovations that we like to call curb appeal projects. These projects, even a small one, can have a positive impact on any neighborhood and offer possibilities to neighboring owners for improvements to their own property. And it's a well-known fact that renovation projects and curb appeal projects increase property value. So it's a good thing, and it feels good. If any of you have done one of these, I know how good it feels personally when the darn thing is done. but they're always good projects. It's a good way to represent the city in a positive light, and it turns out that curb appeal projects can be contagious. That can work that way. We've seen various private renovation projects, both large and small, throughout the city. Things like new driveways, garages, roofs, new windows, paint, and so on. Some of these projects may go unnoticed, and others are difficult to ignore. And this is especially true this year with the new elephant in the room called Glovic Community Park. That is a fantastic public improvement to the city, and it's going to bring decades of enjoyment and fun for everybody that goes there. And we finally have a town square. I'm very happy about that. However, 2025 hasn't been what I'd call a real big year for private curb appeal projects, but still there was activity. Most of the work we noticed has been a bit more subdued than in previous years, and it's always fun and always interesting to watch it happen anyway. So I'd like to tell you about 3 of these projects that were completed in 2025 that I feel deserve to be mentioned tonight. The first one is at 415 North Main Street. It's a large white house just south of the Waugh Tire Company on the east side of Main Street. And it happens to be the first house on the left as you enter Maquoketa from the north, which is kind of interesting. Before the work was completed on this house, it was covered with a deteriorating 1940s style gray asphalt shingle siding and was pretty unsightly, and they were kind of falling off. And there were 4 or 5 neglected mature trees directly in front of the house, which conveniently helped to hide this house from view, so it went unnoticed mostly. The renovation re-sided the house with bright white siding and re-roofed the house with a nice metal roof, added new windows and window shutters, a new front door, and a big new front porch going from one side of the front of the house to the other side, and new stairs also. The overgrown trees were removed, but one trunk was left standing and was later carved into an interesting front yard sculpture of the Hawkeye symbol. Since the renovation, this house appears fresh and clean and now stands dominant in its neighborhood and has become a very nice and easily noticeable upgrade to the north entrance to town. The next one is at 321 South Main Street, and this is an older light gray 2-story house on the northeast corner of South Main and Locust. It's across Locust Street from the middle school. The enclosed front porch on this house was newly sided with big new windows and a new front door and a new front porch and steps, making for a very nice improvement in overall appearance and nicely freshening up this busy corner of South Main Street. Finally, the house at 109 North Eliza Street. This is an American 4-square style house directly across the street from the Lutheran Church parking lot. It's a pretty visible location. Now, this property consisted of the house and a 1920s, Ford Model T garage, the kind where you have to open each door this way to get your Model T out of there. Previous to its renovation, this house was covered in its original wood siding, and the white paint was flaking off of the siding. And the house had its original 1920s windows in urgent need of attention, and the house presented a generally tired and run-down appearance, looking like it probably hadn't been touched since it was built in the early 1900s. The renovation changed all that with the removal of the old Ford Model T garage, which opened up the space around the house and made it look much better right then when they just when they did that. And then they added vinyl siding, a new roof, a new front door, new windows all around, making for a very nice upgrade to this early 20th century house. The new appearance is now one of a clean, well cared for property with fresh, clean curb appeal. Now, these 3 curb appeal projects, as well as the several others through town that haven't been mentioned tonight, have helped to erase some of that worn out look of too many houses in town, and it's always encouraging to see this kind of activity. Every renovation in Maquoketa has added a fresh, positive look to its neighborhood, as well as helping to improve Maquoketa's public appearance in general. The best of these houses, in my opinion, is in your agenda at 415 North Main Street. The first one I talked about because of the substantial and noticeable improvements made there, and because of how this house and this work has positively impacted the north side of town and made it too look much better than it did. I feel that it's important to publicly encourage property owners to do their best to maintain or improve their property in order to make it the best it can be, and especially pay attention to those properties that are beginning to show signs of decline. Renovating or refurbishing a property in a tasteful, dignified way generally produces positive results for everybody around the curb appeal project. Public awareness or attention for these folks who are responsible for property upgrades is a very good way to encourage more curb appeal activity. And that's exactly the sort of thing that benefits the entire community. Thanks for listening. Josh?
I don't have a ton to add, but I just want to thank Eric for being subject to this, for volunteering to come here tonight. The Chamber of Commerce's First Impressions Report from 2024 mentioned, you know, those independent reviewers and secret shoppers that came to Maquoketa to focus on North Main and South Main Street. Can we give Eric a round of applause, by the way? So that report mentioned focusing on North and South Main, and we didn't have to do anything. Eric did, so thank you. And we're continuing to do other projects, like hopefully have a playground down at Horseshoe Pond Campground. But the gift tonight shouldn't go finishing this without mentioning La Casa sponsors it along with the private gift. So just want to make sure everyone's aware of that. Don't spend it all at once at Eric, but this stuff really matters. And as Dan says, he's the perfect guy to pick them out independently. So thanks again, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you. Thank you, Erin. All right, before we move on to the public hearing, is there anybody else who wants to get up and address the council? It's your last chance. Okay, we'll move on to item 7. It's a public hearing. And it's a public hearing regarding a review of plans, specs, the authorization to release for competitive bidding on a utility underground project.
I don't have a ton of comment to add to this. If no one is from the audience tonight to talk about the project plans that were in the council packet. Travis Fries from WHKS is online tonight to field any questions if you have them. I know it's not easy reading construction documents, and I usually punt that to John and Jen, and they've been heavily involved with the process. Travis and staff had a meeting, as you remember, with the public after a mailing to everyone affected along this property line, inviting them to come talk about the project, and it was all notated on project plans. So I expect this project will be difficult, but it'll be as smooth as it will be for digging up an entire street and shutting down very tight and local roadways. So I see no reason not to approve these tonight later in your agenda.
Motion to close the public hearing.
Okay, we had a motion by Kahler, seconded by Coleman. Close the public hearing. And we have no more comment. Take the roll.
Hayward,
Yes.
Rickrell,
Yeah.
Lyon, Colister,
Yes.
Coolman,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item 8 on our agenda is a consent agenda consisting of the minutes from the January 19th, 2026 regular city council meeting. Bills payable through February 2nd, 2026 in the amount of $300,318.34, and a renewal of a Class B retail liquor license for Dollar General number 2295.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion by Colister, seconded by Coleman. Any discussion here? Then take the roll.
Colister,
Yes.
Coolman,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Hayward,
Yes.
Rickrell.
Yes. Okay, we have no old business, which takes us to item 10 then as new business. Item A is a resolution approving plans, specs, and authorization to release for competitive bidding for the underground utility project.
So moved.
Motion by Colister, seconded by Coolman. Any discussion? Anything you want to add, Josh?
Just want to thank Travis for being online tonight and away from his family.
Okay, if there's nothing else, take the roll.
Coolman,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Hayward,
Yes.
Rickrell,
Yes.
Colister.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item B is a resolution fixing date for a meeting on the authorization of a loan agreement and the issuance of not to exceed $1,250,000 general obligation urban renewal capital loan notes of the City of Maquoketa, State of Iowa, for essential corporation urban renewal purposes and providing for public participation of notice thereof. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. Next two items are somewhat related. Keywords on up to, as we've discussed in some form prior. Scott and the fundraising team continue to make significant progress for fundraising, but this is the next step in getting a bond financing officially approved for us so that we can continue in through this project. It's under development right now. Mayor Tom and I had some discussion Friday over this bonding and the YMCA, and I'm sure none of you are finally aware like I am, but the CEO of IMV is now retired. The COO has jumped up to the next chair. His name's Josh Woodson. Very approachable person. After our conversation, I emailed him, asked him to come up to introduce himself. So because of this feature going in, we have to revise our contract anyway or update it. So I invited him to come up. Next meeting, I expect him up just to kind of talk about the YMCA, what the IMV actually does, and be a part of a contract update and this public hearing. So your wishes come true, Mayor.
Okay.
So moved.
Okay, got a motion by Colister, seconded by Coleman. Any more discussion? Then take the roll.
Alinger.
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
Hayward.
Yes.
Rickrell.
Yes.
Colister.
Yes.
Coolman.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item C is the resolution setting a public hearing for February 16, 2026 at 6 p.m. regarding review of plans, specs, and authorization to release for competitive bidding on the Madison Street Parking Entrance Project.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Colister, seconded by Coleman. Any discussion? None? Take the roll.
Bennett.
Yes.
Hayward.
Yes.
Rickrell.
Yes.
Colister.
Yes.
Coolman.
Yes.
Alinger.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. We make it to item D, which is a resolution setting a public hearing for February 16th, 2026 at 6 p.m. regarding a rezoning request to Agriculture District 1A by Big Country Properties LLC on Jackson County parcel 145183040003400.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion by Colister, seconded by Coleman. Anything you want to add?
Well, I don't necessarily have anything substantial to add right now. This is just a public hearing only. I don't expect any ordinance reading after this on the 16th.
Okay. We got a motion? We got a second? Do we? Yeah. Take the roll.
Hayward.
Yes.
Rickrell.
Yes.
Colister.
Yes.
Coolman.
Yes.
Alinger.
No.
Okay, it still passes.
You're not done.
Bennett.
Yes.
Okay, it still passes. Item E is a resolution approving the Platt Street Project Change Order Number 19, reduction in the amount of $21,000 on the Platt Street project. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. And the State of Iowa contract, as I detail here in some data form, I have to wait another month to submit final payment to this project to you all. The other pending item out of this is a USDA audit. Otherwise, this is the final change order for Platt Street.
We've heard that before.
Yeah, well, this is really it. And so I had two fears with this project. One, the number of the USDA audit, which I know will owe something back. And two, if you recall from like 2022, they had finished the west side of the project and then they swooped into city council and said, you know what, we did some quantity calculations and the materials are off. Sorry, you owe another $100,000. So that didn't happen. So we cleared that hurdle. We're at a point now where liquidated damages are applied. There's some contesting by Chig Fry over whether or not these still apply, and that's an issue for IDOT as much as us. So we have quite a bit of cover in this. At this point, according to IDOT, they should have 30 days to respond, and I expect a month from now or maybe a month and a half from now, you'll be issuing final payment, and this is done.
So moved.
Second.
Go ahead.
Motion by Colister, seconded by Alinger. And if we have no more discussion, take the roll.
Rickrell.
Yes.
Colister.
Yes.
Coolman,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Hayward.
Yes.
Okay, that one passes. Item F is a resolution approving a CAT grant agreement, number 26 CAT-015.
Yeah, the cat was out of the bag pretty quickly. As soon as others announced that we did actually receive this award, but just finally received the contract for it. And I can't really sign it until you authorize a resolution for it.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Colister, seconded by Bennett. And if we have no discussion, take the roll.
Colister,
Yes.
Coolman,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Hayward,
Yes.
Rickrell.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item G is a discussion and possible motion approving payment to Germain Electric in the amount of $12,280 for street lighting at the intersection of Olive Street and Pleasant Street. Go ahead.
Thank you for laughing at my joke, by the way. I don't have a lot to add on this. This is just outside my management spending authority at $12,000. Some of it's billed back to the Maquoketa Betterment Corporation for some uplighting that got added to the stage. Otherwise, the bulk of this is a street light, a black powder coated street light that you see in front of the old Mitchell Mastery Mill now and boring over to that location. So
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Colister, seconded by Bennett. If there's no discussion, take the roll.
Coolman,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Hayward,
yes.
Rickrell,
Yes.
Colister.
Yes.
Okay, that one passes. Item 11, we've made it to reports and communications. Anything from any of the city council members? City manager?
No.
Okay. I accept a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Colister, seconded by Coolman. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're done.
You're out.
That was fast.